Hey, what's up, guys? Um, I just want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for all those people that left comments and stuff, especially on my first video. You know, the people that stuck through my second video, I know it wasn't very good, but I'm just getting my thoughts out there. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to engage with me, comment with me, and the feedback has really been phenomenal. Now, you know, it's been around 8 months since I've smoked pot. Now, let me put a disclaimer on that. I have had 2 relapses in there, but it's been 8 months since I've chronically, daily consumed marijuana. 2 relapses in there, they were early on. So technically, it's probably been about 6 months. It's been about 5 months since I last used it, but 8 months since I've chronically used it. And it's been a struggle. The other night, I was talking with my girlfriend. We got into it, not really a fight, but we got into, I don't even remember what it was about. It was nothing. And that was like the first time in a long time where I was like, dang, I really want to just escape and smoke pot right now. Like, honestly. And I didn't want to tell her. I did not want to be honest with her, but I'm so glad I did. I'm so glad I was just honest with her. I'm like, hey, you know what? I need to tell you something. Like, right now, I have a strong urgency to want to go smoke weed. And I'm so thankful I did talk to her about it because it made a huge difference in how I felt afterwards. Like, it pretty much immediately went away after I said that. And, you know, overcoming those obstacles, you know what, especially in the first, you know, I was getting high since I was 15 till 26, so like 11 years. Wait, no, 27, like 12 years, almost every single day. There was a spurt in there where I quit, but almost every single day, pretty much for years at a time, every single day. Like, I couldn't go without it. There are certain times where I wouldn't do it in the morning, but I would say most of the time, from the time I woke up, from the time I went to bed, I was smoking. You know, and look, it's probably not the worst thing you could be addicted to, but any addiction is a crutch. Anything that you compulsively need to do is holding you back. So I'm glad I'm off of it. I'm glad I'm not. I do drink occasionally, to be 100% honest, but not very often, you know, not even once a week. Sometimes a couple days, other times I'll go several weeks without it. But I'm able to be way more productive now. I'm starting to overcome those obstacles that I had before, you know. Just getting started on work has been not easier. I'm still just naturally lazy. I hate to admit it, but I'm naturally lazy. But I find once I engage in something productive, it keeps going, and it's actually harder for me to stop. So that's one thing. Keep that momentum going. This is just an off-the-cuff video, you know. I don't have any outlines or anything. Or any particular points I want to discuss. But yeah, getting off of it, being off of it for a long period of time now, my perception of everything is kind of starting to change, you know. I'm a newly licensed real estate agent, so in the future I'm not going to do real estate content per se, but I'm going to do like videos about the area, things that I like to do about the area. I live in southern Utah. There's so many fun things to do around here. It's an outdoor haven. I'm at my parents' house right now. There's so many outdoor activities, like where they live right here in Sand Hollow. Right across the street is a lake, off-roading, couple lakes actually, off-roading, fishing, shooting, all those things. So I want to do more videos on that, like just getting out and, you know, showcasing the area and talking about what it's like living down here. And I will say, you know, I feel for you guys that are in the city. Like me personally, I could not live in a city and be sane. I could not live in a city and not smoke weed. I feel that wholeheartedly. The ocean, that kind of helps, but like I need those natural lines. Like I don't know where I heard, but I heard like all those right angles and those sharp lines are like bad for your brain. I don't know if that's true, but I really do appreciate looking out and just seeing natural wonders. I'm from Southern California, where you look out and it's all buildings. The beautiful landscape that once was is basically no more, and it's overran with, you know, overpopulated everything. Overpopulated buildings, too many people, too many cars. I don't know how anyone lives there. I couldn't. I still have family there, and part of me loves Southern California. It's one of the few places where you can go snowboarding and surfing in the same day. But man, what's nice about here in Southern Utah is I'm not too far from that. If I want to go visit my family and friends, I'm only a few hours away. I don't like Vegas, but my brother lives in Vegas. I'm only 2 hours away from Vegas, so if that's your thing, you're only a couple hours away from there. But my brother, it's funny, he moved to Vegas, and when we originally moved here in 2016, he hated it here. And now he's already jonesing to come back to Southern Utah because it's just so beautiful here. There's so many outdoor opportunities, and it's good for your health. I think it's good for your brain. So if you're struggling with like a drug or alcohol addiction, man, it helps a lot to get out in nature and just do simple things. Like I never thought I could go bass fishing without getting high. I thought I would be so bored, but now, you know what? Don't get me wrong, it's still a challenge because I was always used to just puffing one while fishing, but now I don't need that. I can just be out there alone with my thoughts, catch a fish, don't catch a fish. I love bass fishing, but it's a different experience, and it's nice to not think about weed every day. It's nice not to feel the need to get high. So things that are improving, my speech, I feel like I'm able to articulate myself much better. I'm not getting nervous when I talk to people. I'm doing several open houses for the Parade of Homes next week, and we'll see how that goes. And I had a dream about it last night. I was nervous. I am nervous about it. Like, I'm nervous that I'm going to be underprepared and not know exactly what to say. But you know what? Whatever. There's a guy on YouTube, Brandon Mulrennan. He detach yourself from the outcome. That is such a huge key piece of advice. You know what? Just do the good activities that will help you in the long run, and detach yourself from the outcome. Because if you're so focused on the outcome, it's going to be really hard to stay and keep in the journey. So just learning to enjoy the ride, stop and smell the roses, that kind of thing. And I feel like if I was still smoking pot heavily, I probably never would have engaged in the real estate market. And I think there's a lot of good opportunities in there to be, I want to be someone that's not a salesman. Of course, sales is a huge part of it, but I want to be, like that guy said, Brandon Mulrennan, if you guys are interested, check him out. Be a trusted advisor and not a needy salesman. So, things are starting to look up. Things are starting to get better. One thing, getting out of bed and getting started is still a challenge. But you know what? Life is full of challenges, and I have so much to be grateful for. And, that's one thing we always got to keep in mind. Like, it could be so much worse. Like, it's so much worse for so many other people out there. Like, I am so, like, my life, I've been spoiled, sheltered, whatever, it's just the truth. If you guys are in a hard place right now, embrace it, because it's going to toughen you up and it's going to make you a better person for it. That's one thing that I can say for sure. Growing up, I always had to work, but it was still relatively sheltered. And you know what? I think that hurts you in the long run. Us modern people, we have so much given to us. I was talking to a guy at the gun range who's from India, and he was like, people in America have no idea how good they have it. You can go to your water tap and turn on the water and have clean water. It's insane. So don't take those things for granted. And if you're struggling out there, hey, reach out to me. I'd love to talk to you. It's a long journey, and don't beat yourself up too much if you fail today, but just get right back up and keep going. Just a little bit of a rant, just kind of a check-in, letting you guys know how things are going. I know some people actually care, which blows my mind. I really appreciate you guys. I hope we can get in contact, and, you can email me, just comment, and I'll leave my email, or maybe I can just put it in the description. Email me, and we can get in contact, and we can talk about things. If you're in the area, we can meet up. I don't know. Why not? yeah, it's just new things that I'm starting to explore, new things that I'm starting to see without the lens of marijuana covering everything up. Whereas before I just wanted to get up, get high, and be complacent. Now it's like, okay, I need to I need to kick myself into gear, because you know what? If I didn't quit, who knows what mental problems I would have developed when I was older. That's a huge thing that I see a lot of people comment on that are pro marijuana, which if you are, that's fine. Um, I see a lot of people comment like, hey, I'm totally fine. I smoke weed every day and I'm this, and this. I'm like, dude, that's great. But here's the reality, like, it's going to affect your mental health when you get older. That's basically a fact. Like, look at anyone that chronically smokes pot and they're older and see how they are mentally. They're not as sharp. It hurts your brain. There's no doubt. And alcohol, pretty much the same thing. You know, do the research, guys. Like, it's not as just because it's natural doesn't mean it's all fine and roses like they make it out to be. That's kind of a big lie we've been taught. Anyway, just checking in. I know this was kind of a rant. I didn't really have a clear point of the video, but hopefully your day is going great, and you know you're making progress towards that future that you want, and hopefully we can all share it together and, you know, share joy, love, and happiness with each other. Alrighty, guys, have a good one.